I can't get you to focus. I just need to know your motives. You already know I'm broken. It's like you never noticed. You're stuck in hypnosis. I'm stuck feeling hopeless. I watch you getting drunk on us whilst I sit here sober. I feel so alone, even when I'm with you. That's why I wanna get away, but you asked me to stay, and I can't say no. I can't say no to you. That's why I wanna get away, but you asked me to stay, and I can't say no. I can't say no to you. I can't say no. I just can't say no. I just can't say no. nervous. So pretty on the surface, but a devil underneath. Now you got me hurting. Maybe I deserve it, 'cause I don't wanna leave. I watch you getting drunk on us, whilst I sit here sober. I feel so alone, even when I'm with you. That's why I wanna get away, but you ask me to stay, and I can't say no. I can't say no to you. That's why I wanna get away. But you asked me to stay, and I can't say no. I can't say no to you. I just can't say no. I just can't say no.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some more Rocket League action. Some more high-paced car ball soccer, or whatever you want to call it. It's the game that we know and love. We've been playing it for coming up on 10 years now. In July, July 15th, I think is the something like that. But today for Midwest Championship Series, we're in week number 5. And it has been, we're over halfway through the season now. It's been a long season for, I think, all of us. Everybody really taking out all the life out of everyone, but I guess you could say it's been a lot to go through. We've had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things to do, but nevertheless, Iwu and I are going to bring you 2 series today, only 2. The third one they already played, and regardless, I can't even stream it. So I guess it works out for me. But at the end of the day, we get to cast through 2 series that should be some good ones. The number 2 and number 1 seed both play today. Obviously, everybody plays, but they both play on stream, so we'll get to see how those guys are faring at the moment. But regardless, this first match should be very, very interesting. And you see it in the top left. This one is going to be a weird one, and I don't mean because it's a high seed versus a high seed. I mean it's because the 1 seed is not playing as the 1 seed today. It's a couple of subs. There is one premier player here, obviously. You and I learned that before we started, but there is 2 rising star players.
There's 2 rising star subs, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and it's not like they're playing like the worst team in Premier. You're playing Green Bay, who is a great team in their own right. Luckily, everybody's already getting into the lobby, but for Bemidji, they get just Mace or Moss. I don't really know how I see it going, Stewie, but I think there should be a lot of goals.
Yeah, obviously Green Bay had an underwhelming major number 1. I know that for a fact. They felt like they could have done better. Weren't exactly in the greatest group, I will say. They were in kind of a group of death, so it was tough for them to deal with. But at the same time, this should be a good series for them. They're playing against 2 subs. This is one you definitely want to win. It should get the confidence back for sure, but full roster for Green Bay, that nothing changes there. And obviously, like you said, with the rosters for this Lumberjacks team, it's 2 rising star subs and Mace, so no challenger players. I don't know what happened there, but we'll get to that match in just a bit. But it is 3 o'clock, so we ride at 3. But we gotta set up the next series first before we get to that, and that being the Brainerd Victory and Duluth Superiors. That one should be a good one. Brainerd made a roster move now in the roster window that is currently lasting until the 18th, so it's on Wednesday is when it ends. So you got a couple more days to possibly get on a team or move your team around. And this is probably like the last week. It's like the last tryout. It's like, if we don't win here, we might have to entertain that trade window. Plenty of free agents available too, so we'll see what ends up happening there. But Duluth Brainerd series should be good. I know Duluth has a sub, and I don't know if Brainerd is a full roster or not. I do not have it is a full roster, excuse me. But yeah, we'll throw back over to us. If we have time during the break, because I don't know if this series is going to be a sweep or not. It probably will be. But if we have time, we'll set up and talk about Major 2 a little bit. But Iwu, your prediction for this first series?
Bemidji sweep. Or sorry, no, not Bemidji. Green Bay sweep. Bemidji scores 2 goals all series.
The whole series? I'm going to give them more than 2 goals, but I think it's a sweep for Green Bay. I'll give Green Bay the sweep there. So we're on the desk. We are... we're both for the Knights. Why wouldn't we be?
Yep.
It should be a good one. 3:01 on the dot. We're going to kick it off. It should be a good one. As here we go. Game number 1 between these 2 teams. And you have to think, how is this going to fare with the 2 subs. Who is going to be the one to step up for the Lumberjacks? The good news is you have Mace, so you at least have some Premier experience with you. Kind of a last-minute step in of like, okay, he's available. Let him play, right? And as he gets a shot off, almost scores the goal, but Green Bay stuck in their half a little bit early here. A 50-50 on the front line will give them a little bit of comfort. But this Green Bay team, really, I was underwhelmed with how they performed in that first major. A lot of chances for some points. But I don't think they're a team, though, that are disappointed too much by still being in 4th place, even after not even making it out of that group stage. So, I mean, hey, it could be worse. It could be better, though, but it's a good start for the Knights. Is a beautiful infield pass.
Yeah, good pass from Trash down to Tricky, wide open. I will say, it's not like Bemidji's Rising Star team is bad. They are either 1st or 2nd, but like still you're playing up 2 tiers, and I think Mace just kind of needs to just ball chase the entire game and just see what happens. Try and make Green Bay uncomfortable. You're such heavy underdogs here that you can't allow yourself to get tilted if you get beat by a couple amount or scoring some goals, and it'll be an own goal. Trash gets credit for it, but it was all a mistake by Bemidji. 2-0 Green Bay early.
And it's a rough one. I think it was possibly Duke that put it in his own net, but yeah, you always wonder. You're gonna wonder where in the world, Mace. I believe it's Wesley and Mogi that he's missing. Could be at a LAN. I mean, it is the weekend. It could be in all kinds of certain possibilities, right? So we have no idea where those guys are at. But hey, you play with the team that's available, and these Rising Star players are available. And yeah, you're correct. I mean, they're the best team in Rising Star currently. 7-2 on the season. They have the best game differential besides another team, but they're technically the #1 seed. And I mean, hey, good. Hats off to them. This is the best Rising Star team you could possibly put together. And for right now, they're not doing bad. I mean, we have a minute.
They're not doing.
We have a lot of time. I mean, there's a lot of time. They're definitely getting chances. I mean, don't count them out. And that's really where I think Green Bay needs to be careful. Hey, this is a team that's just hungry for you to give them a freebie.
Yeah, I mean, you let this team score 1 goal, that thought just creeps in that, hey, maybe we can give them a game, and it's only you need 5 minutes of good Rocket League to win a game, and you just keep doing that, you have a chance. But another big miss by Duke. Yeah, Bemidji just got done sweeping me, but at that point, who doesn't sweep me in MCS? Tricky reset underneath 1. Mace will clear it. Crib 6, Psycho? Nah, never mind. Mace back to himself, and yeah, I mean, even to start the game, Mace had a shot that just went off the outside of the post that would have given them the lead. Good dunk there. I do like how Bemidji's playing this. They're playing with no fear, and I mean, they're forcing Green Bay to actually play and not just freestyle like we've seen, or other where these teams have played with 2 subs that are from the lower tier. So it looks like normal Rocket League. Good touch from Duke.
Ooh, that was a nice touch. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like they're out of play. Huge save from Mace on that shot. Tricky on the turn, trying to keep pressure up, finds an infield pass, but it's cut out immediately by a Green Bay by a Bemidji defender. Excuse me. Mace goes missing on that. And I mean, you have nothing to lose if you're, Hero and Duke here. They obviously want to win for their franchise and would like to get a win for Mace's sake. But if you don't, I mean, you're still. I mean, loser. This goes to 3-2. You still have plenty of points. Bemidji is at 33 points currently atop the standings in Premier, and I mean, even if they lose this, Green Bay can't catch them. They can't even get to 2nd place. So in reality, this is Green Bay's series that they kind of have to win to try and close the gap for their season standings. But I mean, both teams have arguably been the 2 best I would consider in Premier and league play, both 3-1, and have a very solid game differential. Green Bay has the best game differential in the entire league. So you have to consider the fact that there's a chance here for Green Bay to start to close that gap that Bemidji grew for Major 1, but 40 seconds left. Still a little bit of time for maybe a shot here from Mace. Gets a kind of a reset. One's going to drop down. Duke goes missing. I think Tricky just expected him to have it. And Tricky's like, all right, well, whatever. It's going to end up being a turnaround touch. Trash clears the lines. And with 20 seconds left, I think Iwu were shutting the door on game 1.
Yeah, probably, but hey, still a chance, you know, just takes one goal, get yourself on the board. Ceiling pitch from Mace goes nowhere, does get the bump. Here will give it up, a double commit. There's a chance here, Crib6 awkward. Does well there. Another double commit will just get fired towards net. Hero towards net, saved by Crim6, shot down enough power on it, and Green Bay takes game 1.
And that was about as controlled as you could want it from Green Bay. I do expect, though, this Bemidji team to get on the board. I mean, they had, what, 6 shots? Mace went 0 for 4. Hero went 0 for 2. Duke not really contributing too much, but Hero only had 82 points. And not a ton of score there for the Lumberjacks, but hey, you know, they found the plays when they needed them. And forget that own goal. Yeah, poor Duke just decides, all right, well, you can't beat them. You might as well join them. Game number 2. We'll kick off in just a bit. Shouldn't be too long as we're loading in right now, and we're gonna fly through this series as quick as we can and get to that second one and then be on our merry way. Thank you guys for joining us. Reminder, if you have a Twitch Prime sub, I highly encourage you to use it. It's free and comes with whatever Amazon Prime you have, not to mention it helps out our everything, our prize pool, all of that. So it helps us get to land entirely. So if you love MCS, that's the best way to help us out. As right off the kickoff, no chances just yet. Green Bay, a good touch forward. Trash, beautiful drop down pass to Tricky. That is the chemistry from the Knights. And yeah, the side of their car in their victory screen says better than ever, and they are better than ever indeed.
Yeah, it's a great pass. You would expect someone to be there, but hey, they're not. It's a decent enough finish. It gets the job done, and Green Bay right back on top. Mace puts it along the side ball. Trash can control, and another solid 50. Duke will beat him out. Touch kind of given away to Crib6. Mace looks for one more off his backboard, can get another, but right to Tricky, and Green Bay can just suffocate Bemidji for the rest of this game. Make them have to beat you. Don't make any mistakes, and you're gonna pretty much lock this series up.
Keep the boost. Don't give them any freebies. Watch your 50-50s, obviously. But yeah, don't worry too about trying to make the insane play. Obviously you want to score cool goals, but hey, you like I said, you need to close the gap. Bemidji has built up a large lead on the second place slot by over 11 points, so this is your opportunity to knock them down a peg. Obviously not their full roster, but you need these points to close the gap. This is no time to be fooling around. Obviously, yeah, you're gonna make land, Iwu, but more than likely, I mean, top 8 out of 10 teams is pretty. That's an open field. I mean, you got a good opportunity there, but at the same time, that the seeding going into land definitely matters.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, you also don't want to be the team that loses a game to 2 Rising Star subs. I will say, just a pride thing.
I will say, I don't really talk about this a lot, but in season 7, I lost to a Bemidji team with a Rising Star sub on it, and it was not one that I wanted to forget about. But hey,
I mean, you still remember it.
I still remember it, exactly. It's something you want to forget about. As a 2-0 advantage now for Green Bay, they really just are not skipping a beat. And why would you expect them to? I mean, they've been a solid league play team all season. Every series they played, they've competed in. I actually wanted to look ahead just to see their schedule and see if they have been swept so far, and I don't believe that they have. I think about it, they're a team that they have not swept, or they have not been swept yet. Every series they've been in has been, I mean, obviously it's only 4 series, but every series they've been in has been a 3-1 or a 3-2, either in their favor or not in their favor. They've had 1 sweep against St. Cloud, but they have not been out of any series so far this season, and that's being proven kind of right here with consistency that is going on right now. But 2 minutes still left to go. A lot of time for this Bemidji team to find one, but they just cannot find a handle on the ball currently.
Good control by Duke here.
Ooh.
Gets the bump. Mace can go quick underneath it in. We might have ourselves a game here.
Duke with the outplay over one. That last defender gets a decent touch. I think Crim6, he just jumped. He jumped too fast. I think he thought Mace he was going to hit the ball a little bit quicker than he did, and as a result, it's going to sneak under and end up being a goal. As an interesting decision here for the Knights is how they play this last minute and a half. I mean, typically teams just play as solid as they possibly can, try not to give the ball away, make sure to stay on on your corner boosts, because the last thing you want to do is watch a defender just drive and take your corner boost. An offensive player from the Lumberjacks was hunting, looking for some sort of demolition or destruction of a Knights defender, and I don't make any contact of it, but it was I'll tip my cap to the opportunity.
The Bemidji team, they're waking up here. I'm telling you, this team can do something. Duke will shoot. Saved by Crim6. Mace does not have the boost really to continue the attack, and Crim6 takes another 50. Hero in his back corner gets the fool. That's tricky to beat. He will. A demo from Moss. Tricky, no boost. Duke will set it along downfield. Gets the bump. Mace can control full boost. He gets it. He'll just fire it towards that tricky. Clears the lines. Hero's already up. And Trash to control. Dunked out by Duke. Crim6 needs his touch. He's kind of awkward. Mace will follow. Off the backboard. Shot to Hero. Saved. Yes. Punched back towards the middle. Hero back to base. He should win this race to the ball. Has Trash to beat. Tries to get it past one. Can't on the cut. It's still pressure for Bemidji here. Tricky's awkward. Duke will demo. Base gets demoed in the midfield, and that should cut it out here. But Bemidji has turned it up here, Stewie.
Yeah, this just looked like a closer game at the end here. Mace gets dunked by Tricky. It's a massive challenge. Duke has no boost, has to give the ball away, and now it's likely going to hit the ground. No time on the board. It has to stay up. Trash gets the outplay, and that will do it. As it's a 2-0 advantage now for the Knights, and they're 1 game away from sweeping the Lumberjacks, and they gave it a look. Just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean they had opportunities there towards the end. They had the shots. Just gotta find a couple more to the back of the net. But I think they have a chance here. I think this game 3 will be the most competitive of the series so far.
I agree. I think it'll be one that no, we're definitely for sure. We got a shot of winning, but you have to think, eventually they're gonna find one. A good overall game there for the Knights. As I think they're definitely playing, as well as they can, but they could definitely play better than they are. I guess it's just a matter of adjusting to who you're playing against. You're not going to be absolutely perfect against everybody that you play against, but this is kind of a weird roster because I mean, obviously Hero and Duke playing with each other, but I can guarantee you Hero, Duke, and Mass is not a roster that anybody had on their minds at the start of this season.
Yeah, 100%. It's just interesting. We'll see what happens here in game 3. But I like how Bemidji's been playing, and I mean they put up a good fight against one of the better teams in Premier. One that you spoke highly of. So what does that tell you about the rest of Rising Star for this season? Bemidji might just run away with it.
Nobody has a chance. Everybody else is just out of it.
Oh!
Okay. Big fake. Huge goal for Hero there. As gets it over Crimson. Yeah, great challenge. Tricky. Oh, he plays the touch. Tricky for sure thinks that he's hitting the ball. Yeah, I mean, why would you? You know, you're sitting there, you know, wondering what's going on. But good opportunity. Duke pop touch, shut down immediately by Trash.
Mace
For a
has no
bump here,
boost.
later
He gets
Mace.
bumped.
Hero, that
Oh,
touch
Shaka
gets
said,
away. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
going to be a goal 99 times out of 100. Huge bump from Trash, and yeah, that touch from Hero. I mean, Tricky just kind of fakes it at the end of the day, and that'll tie up the game.
Yep, I mean, just unfortunate. You put that work in to get the goal. You get your first lead, and it's taken away from you about 20 seconds later. Crim6 looks to beat out 1, gets another 50. Trash can turn, beats out Duke. No boost to his name though. Wall dashes into a pass mid. Tricky controls Crim6 on the ball. Has the boost advantage. Looks for one more down. Cut out by Duke. And Bemidji once again trying to do something. Mace gets a solid 50. Duke and Trash beat the middle. Duke does beat him out. Crim6 needs his touch. He will get it. Should go right to Hero. He will pass middle to Mace. The shot is there. Saved away. And Bemidji, they're trying. They're putting together offenses offensive looks that they're high percentage looks. Just gotta put one in the back of the net.
It's a good touch off field for Tricky, but all three Green Bay defenders on the same side. Nobody was ready for that turn. Tricky, a demo comes out on Duke, so Trash just eats two 50-50s on the midfield. And will eat one from Crim6. Crim6 meets Mace at the summit of the challenge. Hero will hit it forward. Trash chooses to leave it. Doesn't get a great touch, but I mean, I guess that works out for now, but that was sketchy at best. Good catch, gets a flick over one. Challenge though shut down by the Lumberjacks. Oh, that's a rough spot, but hey, Duke.
Save Duke.
What's up a wall?
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Duke downfield now. We'll put it across. Tricky. Waits. Hero's turn to go now. Puts it midfield. Good bump from Mace, but Tricky, can he recover? He will. Will not have the boost, but can still look for a pass mid. Takes a 50. Once again going the other way. Double commit now. Hero's up. He's gonna Crim6. Nah, he will get the touch. That's really good from him. Mace now through the corner. 44 points for him so far in this game. You see him step up. About half the game to play. We're dead even right now, Stewie, for the first time.
This looks a lot like the end of the last game, right? Like we didn't change much there. You know, not a lot of differences when it comes to how we're playing on offense and on defense. Infield pass to Mace. Shut down again by the Knights on defense. Is having to make a couple of saves here. Tricky. Good touch forward. Hero, though. The rising star confidence shining through. Easily saves it to the corner.
Well.
I mean, yeah, all three of them have played well.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a rising star team. Off the ceiling, a double touchdown. Tried to catch it on the reset. Didn't get it. Trash will get bumped off of 100 boost. Crim6 will go missing in 90 seconds now, and this Green Bay Knights team, Iwu just has to break through.
Yeah, a chance here now. Crim6 up, he'll beat out one, Mace the save. His defense was the key part of what made the Rochester team so good last Premier season. And right there he shows it off. Hero through the corner. Tricky will just bang downfield. Should be pretty comfortable for.
Oh, no!
Mace didn't get to it. I thought he had it. He doesn't. And Green Bay takes the lead. Yeah, I thought he had this all the way.
I don't know what happened there. Confusion.
Not a good route, I must say.
Not a great route taken, but confusion by the last defender there. It was a great touch though from Tricky. It obviously carried all the way down the field. Huge touch from Hero. Try and keep the pressure up. Mace gets around one. Crim6 trying to demo somebody, trying to get him off the field. So, you know, this Lumberjacks team can get or this Knights team, excuse me, can get out of their half and not give the Lumberjacks any free real estate. With 40 seconds, it's all Knights. They have to keep possession of the ball, and they're doing it right now with the back corner touch from Tricky. That one, though, a great challenge from Duke. Tricky will hit that one to the side. Mace, the shots. I thought he had it. He had the lineup. Guerrero's there to tie the game, and that's 50-50 from Mace was just good enough. I thought his original chance here would have been a shot, but the Knights defender was there in time, but wasn't there to hit that save.
Yeah, it does just enough. Crimsix frozen in net, flat-footed, no chance to get to that. 50 towards the backboard. It'll be there. Tricky needs to touch. He will get it. Still an opportunity. Trash the skim into the corner. Crimsix demos one. Tricky. He will shoot. That's open. Mace gets back to it. I'm not sure that the ball was even on target. Double commit. That ball will pinch out. This one to trash. No. We might have game 3 OT here. Mace finds one. Looks for another. Mace still on. Leaves it. Duke's turn to shoot. He will. Backboard. Double. Crimsix puts it away. Hero off the left wall. Trash just goes immediately. And we will have, yes, I think we're going to have OT. Yeah, ball finally hits. 2-2 game 3 overtime.
Yes. It will pop middle. Crimsix tries to jump, but Hero has the read. Does lose that challenge to Tricky. Tricky just hits it around him. Tricky will hit that all the way across. It was a double commit for the Knights for a second there. Crimsix gets around someone of the last defender. Mace. Plays under one, just kind of plays a mind game, trying to get Green Bay to, draw into this. It's a pinch midfield. It's going to go across. Crimsix, though, with 100 boost, and Trash goes for the demo. It's now a 1v1 the bump for the game. Mace just sits under it and makes the save and just clears the lines. And that one got close, but I don't know how that wasn't a goal at the end of the day. It was a good opportunity, but just wasn't able to get it done.
Yeah, I really would have wanted to see Crimsix go for something different because, Mace paused to wait for the bump. At that point, he doesn't have the momentum to get back. That's just going to go in. That's
really in. All right.
Wow.
GG's. As that's the series. That's the game.
Yam time.
A little bit of yam time to end the series.
A little bit.
That will do it. Game number 3 ends in a 50-50 midfield. Somehow that one goes in. I don't know how, but hey, we ride. We ride with it. As
Indeed.
it will end up being a sweep. It was exactly what we predicted. I think Green Bay scored what, or Bemidji scored what? Couple more goals than you were anticipating.
Yeah, I said they scored 2. I think they got 3.
I think they did, yeah. So, hey, they didn't do half bad. We'll give them we'll give them a 6.8 out of 10. That's what I'll say. This was a good series, good win for the Knights, but hey, they didn't have to break too much of a sweat there. Is that goal from Crimsix? Even he knows it. It's like, all right, whatever. I guess it's in the nets. You just don't expect to score like that sometimes, but hey, it was a good series nevertheless. And I think the Bemidji team. I think if you're in Rising Star, you're scared of that Bemidji roster because they came in and put up a decent fight. Hey, they pushed pushed that last game to an OTE, and I don't think any of us were expecting that. So, got to give them a little bit of flowers. But that will do it for the first series of the day. It's a 3-0 win for the Knights, and you have to think that it's going to be rough for the Lumberjacks going forward. Was informed that they're going to have subs for the next couple of weeks, so this isn't the last of it. But hey, yeah, well, it allows us to move on to our next series, that being the Victory and the Superiors, and should be a blast. Iwu, I don't really have any other closing thoughts before we get into that next one. It should be a short break, and we'll kick it off. And that's really all I got. So. Yeah, coming up next, Victory and Superiors. 5-minute break. We'll see you then.
Won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like your future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're headed straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One more match to go. The last one, obviously, on your screen was a sweep. The Knights taking down the Lumberjacks. And now we have a bit of a more profiled matchup. This one should be a good one. Victory and Superiors and Iwu. Honestly, this might be a game 5. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, somewhat of full rosters. We could probably get a game 5, but number 5 and number 2 seed. Number 2 seeded Superiors, one of the better teams this season so far, in season 11 of MCS. Currently sitting at 22 points. They're 3-1, and you've got the Victory 2-2 on the season. They made a roster move, dropped their first round pick, and replaced them with another player. And as a result, here they are at the 5 seed, trying to claw back into the top 4. And I really think that this is their chance to do it. Take down Duluth, who are playing with a sub today. They don't have their full roster. Full roster for Brainerd, so this is the chance for Brainerd, and we'll see if they can get it done. He will.
Yeah, big opportunity for Brainerd. They bring on Cato. Great player. He's been top level for a few seasons now, and I think there may be a small drop off, but shouldn't be too huge. Looking to get into that top 4 spot and cement themselves ahead of the upcoming, sort of upcoming, second major, Stewie.
Yeah, major number 2. At the end of July, we're in week number 5. You see that trade window ends after week 5 ends, so this is, on the Wednesdays when we're probably gonna do it. But is when it ends, the 18th of June. You see there's a bunch more weeks of league play still left, and we got to get into July. So should be an interesting thing for sure. Point standing so far, obviously these are going to alter because Bemidji is now 3-2 after the loss to Green Bay. Green Bay moves up to 22, and Green Bay actually moves up to the 2nd seed by game differential. So not fully updated, but as close as you can get. And speaking of that second major, we need to talk about what's going to go on. It is a major to Swiss. It is a Swiss stage into single elimination. As it should be an interesting thing for sure. Iwu, 3 wins and you advance, 3 losses and you are eliminated. And seeding beforehand determines who you play. So you want to get into that 2-0 round and then qualify through. But simple as that. 3 wins gets you through, 3 losses and you're out. And that leads to the bracket itself, which I will pull up for you guys right now, as that indeed would be just a normal major bracket. I did not export it, so we're gonna look at this for a second. But Iwu, are you a fan of Swiss?
Yeah, I like Swiss. I've never actually played in a Swiss bracket. I've been in MCS for like 3 seasons, never played in it. But I think it's a great way to tell who the best teams are. You get the most chances as opposed to other formats we could have done. And I think the best thing is that it allows the best teams to go through and to play into that top 8. And if you can't win 3 times out of 5, you don't deserve to be top 8 anyways.
Yeah, and this is what it'll look like. Obviously, 1 plays the 8s. This is coming out of Swiss. 4 plays the 5. 2 plays the 7, and then 3 plays the 6. So it'll be pretty interesting for sure. But everyone, getting the points. But obviously, I have to look into points. But at the moment, I believe they are reduced from last season. Don't quote me on that, but I know for sure that we're not giving out 71 points to first place this season, this time around. That was discussed in the off season, but I'll have to dig into that. But essentially, this is what the bracket will look like, and it should be a good one for sure. But that Swiss, I think, is what everyone is is really looking forward to is this guy. Everyone loves Swiss. It's always a fun time, and just to see if teams can get through in that 2-2 round, and it should be a blast. This match kicking off very soon. We're waiting on a player from Duluth to return home, but taking a look back at these standings so far, it's been interesting for sure for these teams, as it's been a fun time for the Superiors, who are having a decent season. They did make a roster move, but they felt that they were upgrading on their team, and I wouldn't disagree with them. But we'll see what ends up happening here, as they're going to play a full roster for Brainerd, who are looking to dive into the top 8 EWU, and with only 16 points, they need every win they can get.
Yeah. Big opportunity for Brainerd here, and a chance to where you can cement yourself. You get that new roster. You beat a Duluth team that many think is really dang good, and I'm excited to see. I hope both teams are almost ready. I think we give them ample time here, Stewie.
They're getting there. I was told 10 minutes a while back, so that was 10 minutes ago. So we'll see what happens. But we don't know who's going to win season number 11. Obviously, you saw Bloomington win it last season. Saw Kansas City win it in Challenger, and then you saw St. Paul win it in Rising Star. And that obviously that premier team for Bloomington definitely had a fun season. Obviously, Bubbly Aqua and Fishy, they took it home last season. Aqua, I believe, retired this season. Fishy still with the Des Moines Derecho, and Bubbly is not competing this season, is on a hiatus. So it'll be interesting to see how those guys respond. But there is an opportunity. Fishy still has the opportunity to go back-to-back. We haven't had a back-to-back champion since season number 2 and/or 3, technically, is what you want to say. But that's before our time. That's back in the days, back in the olden days. But
We were playing plumbers. That don't count.
Don't count. We don't count that as it does not count. But way back when in Premier in season 2 and 3, obviously Rising Star, you had season 5 and 6, so technically that counts for Rochester. But can we talk about season 7 for the Lumberjacks? I mean, come on, almost had the three-peat. We're so close, but that Rochester team in Challenger that season was not losing. They were not. It was not happening. But season number 10 was a fun one. Season 11 will be just as fun. We're gonna throw it back over to us. Iwu is kindly just running around. We're all finding something to do. We have to find something to do. I mean, we're bored, but
I'm pretty sure we have everybody.
We do have everybody in the lobby.
We do have everybody.
And that means we can make predictions. Iwu, who is winning this series in your opinion? In your MCS opinion?
Give me Brainerd in 4.
You're going Brainerd in 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've learned not to pick against Duluth, and I'm not picking against Duluth. Give me Duluth in 5. I'm going with Duluth in 5. I'm not picking against Duluth, as it is time for them to play, time for them to kick off. It should be a good one. Give me Duluth in 5. I think they're going to take it home. Game number 1 kicks off right now. Check My Circle is the sub from Challenger. No talks today. Full roster, Katomac, Whitlock, and Wubik on the side of the victory, as They drop Skies. They pick up Kato. Do I agree with the move? I don't know. I really like the way Skies was playing this season. But Kato's a player who can make a difference instantly on a roster, and maybe we'll see that today. Whitlock gets by one defender. Kato on the challenge against his teammate Sean. Well, former teammate Sean. We'll end up losing it. That's a good touch from Whitlock.
Ooh.
Kato finds Whitlock on the infield, and there's an opening goal for the victory.
Yeah, good start here. Just a good outlet pass, and all three players of Duluth caught in the blue side, and that'll pretty easy goal at the Premier level. 1-0, 4:23 to play.
Vic will collect in the back line. Good challenge from Sean. We'll see how Check My Circle does in this series against a full Premier roster. Is going to have his work cut out for him, as it will be a rough one for sure to open up playing against a victory team that is hungry for a win. Huge clear from Kato, finds Whitlock. Whitlock lines up a double touch, hits it off the corner, but doesn't end up getting a ton on it. Kato to himself. We'll sit
I really
on the
like
ball.
how I really like how Brainerd
I agree.
is connecting with each other here, but this should be a goal. Oh my god.
Almost lines it up.
We
A
just,
huge
we just
save.
not talk about that.
We are just not going to talk about it. No, we are going to avoid it as much as we possibly can. Check My Circle. Doesn't get the ceiling pinch. Gets it away from himself. Good touch on Check My Circle. Sean and Fours have to combine here to make a save. Neither one really has a ton of boost. Fours with the only one with anything. But hey, your first sub up into Premier, and you're playing Brainerd. Only at, the 5th seed, not quite a top 3 team, so not as difficult as you would expect, but Brainerd has the opening lead and the opening goal in the series so far.
Feels like the game should be level, but just under 3 minutes to play. Fours will go up to the air. Fours looks for the double. Won't find it. Two players do combine for Brainerd to make that save. A chance here. Good 50 out from Check My Circle. Kato already onto it, but doesn't find anything. Whitlock can put it down to Fours again. Kato over Check My Circle. He does get beat out, but should fall to Wubeck if he can go quick enough. Has a chance to control. Not this time. Another 50, and the Duluth pressure finally seems to be mounting. Kato bumps Wubeck off this ball. Whitlock has to bail the team out. Leaves it for Kato, who will just miss. Whitlock downfield. And finally, it seems like the pressure from Duluth has gone away, but still, they are looking better here. A shot from Kato, double tap, no, leaves it for Whitlock. Falls towards net. Can Kato put it in? He will. 2-0 with 2:11 to play.
And lined up the double, tried to get back to it, just couldn't. But Whitlock's touch was good enough, and that'll be a 2-0 advantage now for the victory, as they are doing about as well as you could possibly want here in this series so far. Duluth are trying to figure it out, but man, have they been struggling to get any offensive chances. You look at somebody like Sean to create some offense. Last season was one of the better players at putting the ball in the net. And Forrest was right there with him. But this season, obviously they're, the 2nd seed. They're doing pretty well. They did well in the first major, made, I believe, top 4. So they're not doing bad. It's just a matter of getting settled into this series and scoring some goals. Even with a sub, you got to get it done.
Yep. Kato will put it downfield. Whitlock waiting. Back towards the middle. Shot on. It is just off. Still should be there. Wubeck touches it away to Whitlock, who has full boost. That was a beautiful shot from Wubeck. Just couldn't find the back of the net, but still so much pressure from Brainerd here in game 1. They look so good. Wubeck's touches to the corner, goes right to Kato. Sean up. Whitlock takes a 50. Check by Circle, no boost. Feels like Duluth has had no boost the entire first game. Whitlock passed back to Wubeck, not this time. Kato off his back, off the side wall, a double tap just across. Under a minute to play, and Duluth have had nothing here, Stewie.
And what could Circle get done? Just loses control of the ball. Fours will go to the sidewall. A lot of boost to work with. Does get the dunk, but Kato can't get it. Sean, good infield pass. Check My Circle. Pre-jumps it. Tries to throw Brainerd off for a second. It was a good chance here. Now Sean, full boost. on the reset, gets the shot. Wubik has the save. Check my circle, drops it down. Kato, no boost. Force is there to sit on the ball, but huge challenge from Whitlock to shut that play down, and Wubik's touch into the corner might be all she wrote. As that one going to go off the backboard, a good bump again. Good game so far for the victory, and a good series so far. They're going to start off up 1-0. And my question is, will Duluth figure it out, and can they figure it out? As that flip reset will be the end of it. Sean will 50 in the midfield. I'm just waiting for the ball to drop to the floor, and it will. Game 1 goes to the victory.
Yeah, good start for them. And I mean, it looked comfortable. It was that one big miss from Duluth, and I just felt like they never recovered. Not one that you can really count on the team at this level to miss. So Brainerd, maybe they lucked out a bit, but other than that, I mean, the defense was solid almost the entire time, and the offense did enough when it needed to win this game 1. Really like how they played that, and a big game 2 for them to really put the pressure on the Superiors.
Yeah, and you know, you have to think, it wasn't, wasn't the greatest opening game for the Superiors, but it wasn't the worst. I mean, they kept it close. They did their best. You can't fault them for it. But good pop touch for Cato to start here. They win the kickoff with victory. They just looked controlled and really, really well structured. I mean, hey, we didn't see a lot of double commits. Didn't see a lot of, errant touches that got away. Their challenge game looks very confident. This looks like one of the better teams so far. But hey, you can't count Duluth out, and I said it when I made my prediction, Iwu. This 50-50 from fours is so good. It goes right to Sean, and that's a free shot.
Yeah, they get on the board and they have themselves a lead. Plenty of time left for Brainerd, but Duluth get their first goal, and Whitlock, I think that could have been a chance at a kickoff goal. Cato across the Wubik to half flip out of there. Sean's turn on the ball. Double commit from Brainerd. Cato still on. Cato makes it awkward for 1. 2 players go.
Ooh.
Whitlock shot just high. That was a free shot for him and that he could not convert.
Cato gets the 50-50 on Sean. Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Whitlock to the sidewall. Shut down again by Circle. This looks a little bit better from Duluth so far. They're keeping pressure on the ball, and they're not burning through their boost. Better touches, too. Here's a good one for Sean. The first touch gets around the first defender. Good force out again, and here, this is a change-up, Duluth. They've got a different bag pulled out here for this game. This looks to be different arrows as Whitlock's looking for a bump. Fours will be tasked to make the save. Wubik lines up a double. Not a great touch from Whitlock, but it ends up being a back pass. And Demo's being chased down for Brainerd, but hey, they can't break through that Duluth line.
Yeah, the physical game from Brainerd so far has been the idea of how they want to attack in game 2. They found the bumps, but have not been able to connect the bump and the shot at the same time. That was a dangerous shot from Fours, but shut down pretty comfortably. Whitlock off the sidewall. One of the best players in Chad last season. Looking to make his name in Premier. Cato back downfield. Looks for a pinch with no one in the middle for Brandon to do anything with. Check my circle. Pass middle. Fours will go. Sent away. And a chance now. 3v1. Good back pass from Fours. We'll get this 100 boost. Whitlock has to be quick. Gets the pinch away. Looks for one more. He'll just go towards that. Check my circle as a save. 2:50 to play. Brainerd looking to tie this game up.
Cato gets the challenge. Circle shuts it down. Whitlock, that's a huge beat in the midfield. And that will be the goal. And Circle's touch just wasn't good enough. Force tries to overextend, tries to get a touch on the ball, and just ends up not hitting it. And beat from the victory on offense. They finally get that goal and get through and are able to tie the game up.
That one sent a long way. Back downfield, Whitlock's turn. Now takes a 50, not a good one. Wubik's gonna be a bit awkward here. Yeah, he just doesn't get to it. Fours will bury it near post. And a bad 50 from Whitlock there. leads to Duluth retaking their lead.
Yeah, it's a good challenge in the midfield from the Superiors, and a quiet goal there for Fours. This, kind of just skips over Ubik's head, and Ubik goes, "Oh crap, I gotta go hit the ball." Is not able to get there in time, and as a result, Duluth has the lead again. It doesn't take them but 10 seconds to re-grab it, and double coming down the sidewall somewhat for the Superiors, trying to get their first game on the board here. And they haven't struggled this season so far on that. They've been one of the most consistent teams in Premier. And they're trying to continue that, even with the sub. Huge miss from Sean. Circle the only one last back, but it isn't going to matter. The touch gets away from that Brainerd offensive player. Is even then, if they got it, they weren't catching up. Sean bumped out of the way by Wubik, sent flying to the ceiling. That one, the ball going now to the ceiling. Whitlock looks to the read, tries to drop it down. Huge challenge again from Cato, tries to keep up pressure for the victory, but hey, what have we seen so far for the Superiors? Countless challenge after challenge. What a challenge from Sean, as that one almost skips its way in. Huge infield pass, circle the shot, and what a pass from Fours. 3-1 now for the Superiors, but what have we seen so far from them? Continual challenges where they are the ones coming out on top. And as a result, they're winning the game because of it.
Yeah. They've looked so much better here. Another challenge where they just keep the momentum so well and the speed to these 50s. It just gives Brainerd almost no chance. Check my circle again. Now just has free reign to go for these balls. You're up 2 goals. Fours takes another challenge. Cato is trying his best. A demo from Whitlock gives him some space, but gotta go now. Check my circle downfield. Cato, chance for a solo play. Looks to beat out Fours. He will get a 50. Wubik up, dunked out by Sean. Yeah, they're just playing faster. That one's sent high, but check my circle did get the beat out. Pass to Whitlock. That's beautiful. For those two, they connect. It's a 1-goal game, Stewie.
2 for 4. This game, Cato gets the last touch, finds Whitlock, and neither defender from the Superiors were ready for that. 44 seconds now. This game is not over just yet. We've seen 5 goals so far, so it's been a high-scoring affair. Circle hits one forward. Cato collects, does get the 50-50. Tries to get by Sean, but Sean has the huge challenge. Fours gets the follow-up, and that one will likely be it. With 33 seconds left, you just have to hang on now.
Yeah, Wubik needs that touch there when he does go. Can't get it. It will be Duluth more than likely taking this one. Brainerd would probably need a kickoff goal here. And their kickoffs have been solid so far. That one's popped high into the air. Fours does just enough to not get beat out. Wubik, sidewall pinch, gets one more. Really nice touch from Wubik. Sean can control. It just burn the clock now. Under 20 seconds to play. It will be Duluth, and they looked dominant here in game 2, Stewie.
Much better from them. As this will likely be it. It is going to eventually hit the ground here. Wubik looking for one more to Wubik. It's shut down by Force. And this one's going to hit the ground. Game number 2 in favor of the Superiors, who are doing well now. They look woke up. I mean, they look awake, as at game 1 kind of, they were shut down on offense. Now game 2, a lot better, scoring up 4 goals, and only 70 points from Wubik. Doesn't even crack 100.
Yeah. I just gotta see more from Brainerd as a full 3-man team, and not just Cato and Whitlock. A car change probably coming for Cato there, but for Duluth, you keep doing what you're doing. Get to these challenges quicker. Come in with speed and momentum, and you're going to win. It keeps Brainerd awkward, and that's how they found a couple of their goals.
Yeah, and this series so far, a high-scoring affair in game number 2, but game 1 only a 2-0 game, so could have been more goals definitely, but good series so far. Tied up at 1 apiece, obviously, so neither team blowing each other out of the water. You know, we don't have, you know, a game where it's, you know, 30-0, right? But it's been close. It's been a good series so far.
Yeah, big opportunity here for the Superiors to go up 2-1. Either way, team will be on double match point. Cato trying to start it off early, but just goes missing. And I mean, he's been the catalyst for Brainerd when they found offense. Wubik to Whitlock. That pass kind of gets away. Wubik could shoot, and he just will. So the pass gets intercepted, but the touch kind of just works out. It just works out in favor of of Brainerd. Check by Circle does the passing for Wubik, and 1-0 Brainerd.
And yeah, like you said, I mean, it does pretty much just kind of end up being, you know, a free shot about in an open net. Somewhat of a good opportunity for the victory at the end of the day. I mean, hey, they'll take that all day long. I mean, you want to make sure you're capitalizing on the ones that seem to be mistakes. Good flip reset from Sean. Gets forward for fours. Good challenge on Wubik. As he'll collect the ball. Does get a touch forward. Doesn't end up being truly what he wants as Whitlock wins that challenge as well. Cato, free ball here. Sean is all over it. Knows him like the back of his hand. Is that challenge, yeah, might find its way in. And check by Circle does not fall for the fake in the midfield. A huge challenge from Sean. Wubik's touch gets away from him, and Whitlock, yeah, does not see that coming.
Yeah. I thought I saw check my Circle through Whitlock's cam there, but I guess not. 1-1, 4 minutes to play. Cato was just a step too slow on the solo play. It's too predictable. Sean now, he'll just go to the air. Just Whitlock to the ball. The double is saved. Wasn't on target to begin with. Cato with a dunk. Has 4s to beat. Gets bumped off. Doesn't get the boost either. Whitlock's turn to go. Sean, 1v1 here. Sean has to jump. Whitlock can't get it over him. Wubik just goes missing. Cato's shot popped high. Sean could be able to control, and he will. Whitlock awkward here. Skim touch from 4s, no good. 3:30 to play, and a much more even game so far through the first minute and a half.
Yeah, and you have to think that, you know, Cato will want that back. Huge demo here in the back line, but you have to think he's going to want that solo play back. Sean kind of just, I mean, you could see it coming. It was almost obvious of like, hey, he's going for this. As, you know, interesting for sure, but, you know, only so much you can do. As this victory team, they have been good so far, but they can be better, and we've seen some flashes. I mean, obviously the first game, Whitlock has been huge so far. Gets that over Circle. 4's no boost, still makes the save. Circle bumps Wubik into the touch. That one got a little bit scarier than I think everyone was anticipating.
Yeah, it looked really simple for 4s. He made it more awkward himself. Check by Circle, double tap towards the mid. Cato collects it and just sends it back downfield. Sean's touches to the corner. Check by Circle, can't read it. Sean does get back for the double. Whitlock fires one on net. And the shots have not seemed almost too threatening from Brainerd. Want to see them do more, and want to see Whitlock and Wubik create that offense more so than just Cato.
I mean, last season, Cato with the Hibbing Outlaws or Green...
Kansas City.
Kansas City. With the Kansas City Outlaws, was a player that was one of the best in every statistical category, but it was really, you know, him shining while his teammates were trying to play around him. And I don't mean that as a bad thing too much, but I mean, it was at LAN with them. It's, you know, who's going to step up and play with Cato Mac? Because right now it's a similar situation in this game so far, but I mean, they're still keeping it even. I can't, you know, diss them too much, as, you know, obviously, you know, this will be still an interesting end to this game.
Yeah, but I mean, you get what you mean. You sign someone with Cato's caliber. It's just finding that second player alongside him to take you deep
over the
into
top.
the season.
Yeah,
exactly. You gotta find somebody that can get you over the hump, and that's what makes Good flick from Fours. It should be a goal. It'll be checked by Circle, who gives them the lead. The Chow sub, he stepped up. He was a bit shaky in game 1, but he finds his footing and has both goals in game 3.
Yeah, and a big goal there. Fords obviously does all the work, but hey, it ain't going in. You got to close it out, and that's what Circle does there. Very important to make sure you're finishing those plays off. And huge touch for Whitlock here. Tries to make it work with that challenge off the kickoff. Force will sit on Hunter Boost, gets the dunk. Cato's touch isn't great. Kind of gives it away to Sean, but Sean's touch wasn't any better. So as a result, those two fighting for possession in midfield.
Yeah, it's well, not really a mistake, but it's just an unfortunate play. This is a good touch from Whitlock to get the pinch around. Circle can't really do anything there. A demo comes through from Wubik. We are tied, and finally, it's what we said. It's Whitlock creating a goal for his team there. Cato just has to bury it. He does. 30 seconds to play. Whitlock has Fours to beat. Looks like he'll be giving it to Wubik, who turns off the play, can turn back in, gets a 50. Sean up already. Sean, beautiful first touch. Gets the reset. Shuts down by Cato. Checked by Circle. Does enough. Wubik's going to chase Fours here. Off the backboard. Cato shot. It is saved. It wasn't good enough, Stewie.
Outplay now for Check My Circle. Looks infield. Fours is there. It's going to bounce awkwardly into the corner. Sean tried to get one more touch. That's hit downfield. Whitlock is not able to find anything as a result of that play downfield. I mean, he hit it as far as he could. Tried to find Cato, but Cato had no boost running ahead. And we have found overtime off of Cato's tying goal. Now looks to the game winner. Force though shut down and shut it down again. As I mean, this has been as close of a game as you could possibly want.
That one's banged downfield, and Brainerd had a chance in the dying seconds there. It's gonna be a free ball for Sean. Looks for the corner double. He doesn't get the read, but he does get the pinch middle. That will be Whitlock coming across to make the touch. Fours beat out. Wubik no boost. Once again, a free ball for Sean. This one does not hit the ceiling, so he can't get back to it how he wanted. Cato gets the full boost. Has checked my circle in defense. Cato leaves it for Wubik, who just bangs it long. Sean converts. Check my circle in no man's land in midfield. Fours off the backboard, no boost. Has to take a 50 and that's a solid one. Wubik all day in the corner. Beats out Fours. Check my circle. Right back to it. Cato makes himself awkward. Does enough. And we try to get back to the orange side. Wubik, backboard. Sean has it red. Team finally seeming to find some control here in OT. Just Cato needs that touch and gets it. Check by circles, awkward. Cato delivers on the goal line by Sean. And Brainerd looking to end it right here, Stewie.
I mean, they're getting close. I mean, you can't give them any more chances than you did. Cato ends up giving them the winning goal as that touch from Force just gets away from him. Circle can't get there, and as a result, the victory, steal game number 3, move on to match point. And you have to think, I mean, the Duluth Superiors, they gave it a whirl. Did what they could to win that game, Iwu, and just at the end of the day, just were not good enough as a result.
Yeah. I mean, they tried, they had chances, but Brainerd towards the end of that game, that final minute or so, plus the OT, they just played better. And that's huge, a huge win. Superiors need to win 2 in a row. They're definitely capable of it, but a chance here on Utopia to end this series in 4.
I mean, they got a shot, and I really think that this is where you're going to be. You know, this is it. If you don't get it done now, it might be ball game. If you go to 5 with Duluth, you have to finish off the Superiors team. You don't want to give them life. I mean, obviously they, played fairly well in that last game, but they can play better than they did, and I think they will play better.
Wubik, good pass. To Whitlock.
Beautiful pass. I mean, that's all you could ask for right there.
Yep. It's what I said. I think Whitlock does get a bump. He clips, I believe that was Sean, just enough to allow the shot to get through. Whitlock and Whitlock connect. Just those two, and here we go again. Duluth need a goal, but a ton of time for them to get one. Good 50 from Whitlock. No boost, though, to follow this up. Just goes high off the backboard. Cato already up. Drops it down for Wubek, who will just keep this in. But Cato does get a demo, so shouldn't be too threatening. Sean steals the boost. Fours back towards that. Awkward touch from Cato. Check my circle, not in the spot to do a ton with it. Can't find the infield to Fourth, but Fourth and Sean all over each other. Wubek saves. Duluth kind of stepping on each other's toes here to start game 4.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I don't want to see that. You know, obviously it's frustrating to lose that last game. You felt like you were going to win it. You had all the control. And now Wubek and Whitlock are completely tearing you apart. It isn't even Cato Mac that's doing it in this 4th game. Cato obviously had a great game 3, but this game, it's been all Wubek and Whitlock. Wubek assists the first goal, scores the second. And you have to think that, you know, Cato isn't even the one beating us now. Now it's Wubek that's doing it.
That's a
3 minutes to go.
full
Yeah,
team
this is a
effort.
full team effort. Yeah, from Brainerd, as this is all they could possibly want even.
Yep, Whitlock, and they look for a bump. Oh, he almost had it. Circle had no boost. He can start a solo play. Whitlock off the ceiling. They're playing confident right now. Cato, backboard, dunks out one. Wubek shots. The 50 goes the way of Duluth. A demo from Cato and Wubek. Just Sean left. That one's on target. Circle does save. Wubek's shot not strong enough. Four's turn now. No reset from him. Whitlock takes the 50. Whitlock can go again. Whitlock solo play. He's underneath Sean. Saved away. More time. Ticks off the clock. That pass mid. Cato.
Oh
50s.
my.
No more. I mean, yeah, they're just sending it every ball and they're winning every challenge right now.
I mean, even if you get the ball by them, it's like, all right, well, now we got to get the ball into the middle of the field, because half the time it's never in the middle of the field. I mean, you're beating them, but it's always in the corner or it's in, you know, your own end. Cato, beautiful pass from Wubek, tries to line up the double. He's
He
it
hit
for
it too
Wubek, and I
hard.
mean, yeah, he just a little bit too much mustard on that pass.
Oh my. Yeah, but it feels like every pass now. Probably what a
Oh
touch.
my.
Cato saved by Sean. Yeah, I don't know if it was on, but Whitlock, that touch gets away. Check my circle, got back to it, but it won't matter. Wubek with the, I believe that's a hat trick, is it not?
It's 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Either way, he gets the brace. 3-0, and 2 minutes to play. The Victory have dominated game 4.
Just feels like they can't find their footing. I mean, it's like, you know, this Duluth team is trying their absolute best to get something to work, and every time they beat that first defender, that second defender from Brainerd is just continually winning the challenge or shutting down whatever offensive chance that they had. I mean, even if Sean gets the ball by Wubek there, you see Whitlock breathing down his neck, and it just slams into the back of the net. This is all Victory.
Yeah, this is a crazy. He jumps before the ball even gets off the wall to read that. 4-0, under 2 minutes to play. I mean, we could basically just wrap it up right here.
This should be a ball game, hopefully. I
Check
mean,
my
realistically,
circle,
right?
for example.
Right there,
Yeah.
maybe we'll get a chance here for Duluth. Maybe they can get one on the board. They got 1:30. A lot of time still left. This is where you need, you know, Fours and Sean and basically those two just to step up big and will their team to give them a chance, but they just can't get anything to go. I mean, it just feels like you're constantly playing the game of like, you know, I can't get anything, and this is it. We've seen games like this on this field before. I've ended lands on games like this on this field, and this is reigning true to that narrative.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to come back from an OT loss where you had the lead with under a minute to go. You give it up, and then you give up the game. Sean will just control. Gets absolutely speared out of midair. Wubek will give it to Cato. Fours can go. And now it's just a waiting game of ticking, or just taking time here and whittling this clock down. Cato, that one's towards net again. It's just gonna go in. Whitlock steals the goal.
We got 6. Can we go for 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Rough one.
I was right. I called the 3-1.
You were. You did indeed. You called it. You said it. You said 3-1. Victory looked pretty good.
Can I call next?
Have to go back to work. With 50 seconds left, I say we just finish it out. I mean, if Cato gets another whatever, he's looking like he wants one more. Circle gets the ending kill. As, 6-0.
40 seconds. Good pass.
Maybe they can get something to go here, but hey, we're trying to get something. Whitlock with a hat trick. Cato, I believe, has a couple. Or Wubik has a couple. Cato was looking for another. Cato has a couple. Now they have 7. I think Cato tried to score this first and then landed on the ball and was like, all right. I guess I'll just put it in the net. That will be next. That's likely going to be GG's as unfortunately Sean has to get back to work. I have to go to work too. So hey, welcome to the club.
As do I.
Yeah, only 15 seconds here, Iwu. Might as well just end it out. No more goals allowed. As
good save, Whitlock.
Yeah, good save from Wubik. Thank you, Whitlock. As Sean will check out early. That shot will be saved by Wubik at the end. It'll be the victory. With the victory, as they will win this one 7-0.
Yeah, just pure dominance in Game 4. Not what either of us expected, but it is what it is. That's a big win for them against a good Duluth team. I get they're playing with a sub, but still, good showing from the victory, and they get it done when it matters.
Obviously, highlights from this last game. I mean, Wubik and Whitlock just tore them apart at the beginning. I mean, it was, it was all them, as there was nothing that Duluth team could do in the end. They gave it everything they had, but it just was not enough. I mean, they put up 7 on the board. Obviously, in the waning moments, it wasn't quite 7. It was more like 5, and then it was done. But, once they got to that point, I mean, this goal from Whitlock really was the ending, the ending seal for me. And after this, it was just pass after pass after pass that they made. Cato found the open net, and nothing you could do if you are the Duluth Superiors here. As that's the prettiest goal we could ever see.
Yeah.
But overall a great series from both teams. But victory were just a little bit better, and as a result, they're our second winners today. I mean, hey, all you could want, right? A good day for pretty much every team. Everybody, I hope, had fun. But that'll do it for the day. Only 2 matches: Victory and Superiors, Knights and Lumberjacks, and that's all we got for you. We'll throw it back over to us. Iwu, appreciate you joining me as always. Always a blast.
Yes, sir.
It is time to go. It's time to go and say goodbye. We're done for the day. We're done for the night. And trying to get more consistent with streams, obviously. We're doing our best. But, hey, we'll continue to do our best, and that's all we could ask for. But, we'll see what happens. And have a good rest of your afternoon. Enjoy your night. And
enjoy Father's Day. See ya.
That's right. Happy Father's Day. Thanks for watching. To all the dads out there, thank you for all that you do. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.